Time now for Cause and Effect with Tony Chapman. Michael Hainsworth, of course, is away today. I will sit in his stead. We're examining the life, the legacy of IKEA's founder. This is a man who amassed a considerable fortune, and he started with not much.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great tale of an entrepreneur. First of all, you need hustle. So he's a kid, starts buying matches and surplus in the main city, takes them down to a small town, pedals them door to door on his bicycle, starts picking up more product. Next thing you know, he's got a little mail order catalog. He's in a town full of forests. A lot of furniture makers start selling some furniture. You say that's good. Hustle's good. Hustle doesn't make you one of the great, iconic entrepreneurs. Insight does. Here he is. One day he's looking at his friend dragging a coffee table out to try to jam it in his car. Can't get in a car. So he has to unscrew the legs. And he looks at himself. He says, why do we sell and ship furniture that way? Can't we flat box it? And that insight, that simple moment in time, friend struggling, undoing the legs to kind of jam it in a car, completely changed furniture, big box retailing, and so much more from here on in.
So that is the masterstroke, and anyone who's bought items from IKEA, and my house is full of them, my wife loves IKEA, knows that you have to assemble the furniture. Did that catch on immediately with the public, or did it take them for a while to say, wait a minute, you're going to send a couch to my house and I have to put it together?
Well, you look at how could you go against the world of convenience, everybody wanting people to do things for him and make you ship this thing home with an Allen key and try to build it. And what he realized that the most important thing, people wanted great furniture. It wasn't like the old days where you got your grandmother's couch and inherited it. Furniture stuck around for decades. Now people wanted the next fashion. They wanted it affordable. And the way he made it affordable, you do the assembly. And not only that, you ship it flat. Can you imagine being on one of those big tanker trailers? You might get 40 coffee tables in it. He could get 400. Imagine a warehouse. Instead of 40 tables, he could have 4,000. So for all of those reasons, he said price matters most. So I'll put great design. I'll make it disposable. By the way, it's cheaper to just leave it where you are and move across the country and buy new IKEA than it is to even take it down and ship it. For all of that stuff, credible consumer insights, the kind of genius that an entrepreneur, when they put their shoulder behind, builds the kind of legacy he did.
So he's got the entrepreneurial spirit, he's got the idea, the masterstroke, it's working, but still, I mean, he comes from a certain part of the world and he wants to grow it around the planet. What did he do there that was so effective to the fact that Canadians are going to IKEA?
Well, I think that what he did is he realized that we have this universal love of our nest. We want it to be the best it can be with the money that we have to spend. And also the sense that he also, I don't know if he knew it at the time, but people were spending all their time pounding on keyboards and not doing anything with their hands. Actually going home and assembling it, you felt you had purpose. It was like you actually contributed, you created something. You could bring people over and go, I built that bookshelf. And so I think that was another part of it. But the thing that really I look at amazement was the fact his stores were a maze. Mm-hmm. He treated us like rats. You walk in there and you had to go through the seats. No, I'm here for a spatula. And you were here, and by the time you walked out with a couple $100, but I guess he made each part of that maze so exciting and new and innovative. I can't believe I can get an entire kitchen for that amount of money, that he overcame what typical is buyer resistance, which is I want to be in and out of that store quick, and I don't want to do any of the work.
One of my proudest days is when I discovered the shortcut through the maze, and my wife wouldn't have any of it. She's like, no, it's an experience. We sit on the couches, we go through the kitchens. I have no idea if Ingvar was responsible for this, but one of the masterstrokes of the IKEA we used to go to, my sons are teenagers now, but when they were little, they had a ball pit. It seemed like they know how to cater the experience to everyone. They knew exactly what to do for my wife, but they knew what to do to make the kids want to go. They would actually ask us, can we go to IKEA's if it was a playland, because they wanted to be in the ball pit, and they had us every time.
You park them in there, the smell of it, I cannot believe we would do it nowadays. It wouldn't pass any hygienic test. And what else did they do? They also said, by the way, you're hungry? Swedish meatballs for what, $1 or something?
Exactly.
And he understood experiences. If a great lesson for retailers, know your consumer, bring your brand to life, have some fun with it. And you know what? You got to give the guy credit too. He put all of his profits and his shares into a foundation. And you know, it's one of the largest foundations in the world now.
Now, if you look back at his legacy, and if he was looking back perhaps in the late years of his life, is there anything that you think he would regret in terms of his life and how it
Well, certainly we know that his grandmother was very pro-Nazi, and she was a big influence in his life. And for a while, he was a sympathizer, and some allegedly say he was a recruiter. Said it was the biggest mistake of his life. He was stupid doing it. He also fought alcoholism. He had a hard time, like a lot of dyslexic. He had a lot of entrepreneurs are wired different ways. They're right on the edge. But he managed to overcome all of this stuff, and I really, truly believe he's so frugal. Imagine a guy worth that much money going to the fruit markets at the end of the day because he wanted the bruised banana, he could get it for less. But that was a signal to the rest of his organization. That's how we behave. We put affordability in the hands of the public. We will succeed. He would fire an executive if they used only one side of the paper. You have to use both sides because he sent a signal to consumer, and making it affordable comes first.
You would waste nothing. In terms of the business, and how did you just transform furniture altogether? Because furniture used to be sort of a craft to build that chest, to build this bed and this intricate woodwork. You basically brought it down to its simplest equation. Do we ever see ourselves leaving that, or as the world moved on?
I think the concept of disposable, nowadays we're dealing with smaller footprints. So I think the next version of that will be people that can take an 800 square foot condo and turn it into something special, or driverless cars where it's a room that's driving you around. So I think the next generation will be much more virtual. Things will happen very quickly. Paint will become television screens. Bathrooms will disappear and appear, and the whole thing will be designed to get the most out of the space that you have. It'll be less is more. He was all about disposable furniture with design. So I think the next move will happen in furniture, and might be IKEA, but chances are it'll be somebody that we haven't even heard of yet that's now selling matches on a bicycle.
And getting that inspiration. My other IKEA story is years ago at my old job, my head's full of something. I'm trying to run some big project. I get on the wrong train. Train starts going north. I'm supposed to be going west. I get off the first stop. I'm like, I have no idea where I am. I'm on the phone with my wife. Will you rescue me? It's Friday night. She's annoyed. I'm not going to come pick you up. Figure it out. I go around the corner. I see the IKEA flags. I say, I know where I am, at IKEA. Boom. She drops the phone. She's there in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Had to go shopping. Had to eat meatballs.
Well, you know what? But you got to ride home.